The Rimac Navira, the Audi RS6, and so many more. There are so many cars that they didn't confirm themselves, but they're definitely gonna be in the game because they did release a full confirmed car list that has all the cars that are gonna be in the game at launch, but they haven't confirmed a bunch of cars that we've seen that must be being added after launch. So I thought I would go in and show you guys exactly what those cars are. All the cars that weren't on that car list. Tell you what, they were on my version of the car list where I had all the details and all the cars that are hidden. So check that out after this one if you want to know just the rest of the cars as well. But what cars are going to be in the game that they aren't saying? So let me go in and give you this full list. The first few is a lot. This one is the most cars that they're going to be, and they're kind of confirmed, just not included on that list at all. Although they did include a bunch of stuff all the way up to 2 months into the game, they didn't include about 3 months in where we get the next season. This will be December 6th that we get the return of all of the cars added in this update. So we're talking the full motor pass, the Nissan, the Camaro, the Mustang, and the Divine Edition. These will be added December 6th. On top of that, Audi RS3 Sportback, the Audi RS2 Avant, and the Audi RS7 Sportback, those will also be added to Motorfest December 6th. If you had them in the Crew 2, you get them obviously instant transferred in December 6th. The Mazda Cosmo is also on that list, and the two Nobles that we got very, very recently. All these cars are going to be added December 6th, but there's also a few we don't know about. See, there is going to be an episode 2 to this update. We're going to have an episode 2 where we're going to be able to get the last motor pass ever in the game, as well as probably some car additions. I don't know though. I don't know if they're going to be adding cars while Motorfest is out. Oh god, I don't know if I see the point in adding cars to the Crew 2 and Motorfest is out. I don't know, maybe. I mean, we did get 2 Nobles, the Mazda Cosmo, 3 Audis, all right before Motorfest. So that makes me think they've used up their adding cars in episode 1, so that episode 2 is just a motor pass. But a motor pass means 4 more cars to be added. If there's stories, probably 2 more story cars, but then again, weirdly, I don't know if those will be transferred because the Malu edition and the 2 story cars from this season, these things are already in Motorfest. So again, I don't know if that's going to be the case, that these will also be, yeah, you know. Okay, and quickly while I'm here, look, I have to remind you guys of this all the time. Look, if you subscribe, up to 5 subscribers are going to be winning copies of the Crew Motorfest at launch. So if you subscribe, that gets us closer to the 4th copy, that being 90,000 subscribers, and 100,000 being the 5th copy. But we are currently giving away 3 copies at launch, so make sure you sub, post the videos, watch the videos, all of that good stuff. Right. But that is the first set of cars on the list that weren't on the list. All of the cars that aren't confirmed but will be coming to the game. And like I said, we've seen all of these, so there's proof of every single one. The next one is a bit of a weird one, because that is this thing right here. You can see it's clearly Motorfest level graphics. It's clearly says the Crew Motorfest there. And this thing is a GP Explorer version of the Proto Mark X, one of the custom F1 cars in the game. It's a custom edition version. A lot of the parts on this thing aren't the way that the regular one is, and obviously you can't, you know, they have to, yeah. But GP Explorer is a real-world racing series held by a YouTuber, a massive French YouTuber. It holds a real racing series. It's like Formula 4. And this is a car that is in collaboration with that. We don't really know anything about it, but all we do know is clearly it's a car that's going to be in Motorfest. So we're just going to have to wait to find out more about this. But there it is. They tweeted it. It's on their account. And next we get to the cars that have been spotted. All the cars that are unknown, but they won't confirm them. Meaning they're not cars that are going to be added day 1, meaning they're probably going to be added later into the game. Maybe year 1 pass cars, right? So straight away in the deep dive trailer, we have back there the Rimac Navira. It's a bit difficult to see. Wait. It's right behind the Revuelto there. It's back there. Here's a better look at it. There's the shot of where it is in the trailer. This is the Rimac Navira. It was in a Marquez Brownlee video recently. It is it's the Rimac. It's a very known brand. It's a new brand to the Crew Motorfest as well, which is very cool, but it's not going to be part of the launch car list. Instead, it will be an added car. A electric, I want to say, but this thing was spotted in the deep dive trailer. And next on the list is a Ferrari, because we do know of the Ferrari 308, we do know of the Ferrari SF90, but what if I told you that there is two Ferraris? Those two are in the year one pass, but there's two other Ferraris that we do know about that they haven't confirmed. Well, one of them is this one right here. Back in the deep dive trailer near the end, that thing, because that is not the rear of the SF90. Instead, that's the rear of the F8 Tributo. This is that thing there matched up with this one. It's the F8 Tributo. It's the one that I believe Whistling Diesel burnt to a crisp recently. It is it's just a Ferrari. It's clearly one of the lower down ones if Whistling Diesel was allowed to buy one, because he would be on many lists of not buying expensive cars. So it's probably one of the ones that they let you buy and then you can buy the more expensive Ferraris. But the F8 Tributo, that thing is also going to be added to the game, but we don't know when. Next on the list is an interesting one, because look, I know that this is the one that might be contested the most. But I genuinely don't think it could be anything else. Right, so this shot right here in the festival program now goes into the festival first thing, right? And on the left, I think it's gonna be behind my camera actually. Okay, so it's behind my camera, right behind my camera basically. There is this shot right here. And that is, I looked at so many pickup trucks. And the only thing I can deduce is that it is the Nissan Titan Warrior Duke concept. I don't know if Duke is in that name, actually. Yeah, I just chucked in Duke accidentally. The Duke isn't in that name at all. It's the Nissan Titan Warrior. This has to be what this is, because it makes sense. The Crew gets a lot of concept cars, and the back of this thing is most definitely what that car over there looks like. In fact, I'll show you right now. It's very close, but you can see from this one right here, this shot, there's like a lip at the top of the bed of the truck, obviously, because it looks, instead of being curving in forward, it looks a bit too curved outwards. That is the lip that is here. Then the rear lights, especially at a distance, they don't match any other pickup truck other than this thing. As well as, you see this little lip at the bed there as well, the back of the bed? That's the exact same lighting that's going on there. Light hitting the top of the bed, the rim of the bed, and then light hitting that bit, because obviously a shadow is cast underneath there. I think that is that thing. I mean, you might disagree, but like, yeah. And this is also something that they haven't confirmed, but clearly this thing, no wonder they haven't confirmed it. And it would be Rally Raid as well. It's pretty cool, I suppose. Next on the list, though, is a bit more hype, because this is a car everyone begs for. Everyone begs and pleads for this car right here. It doesn't make too much sense to me, but they do. Everyone wants it. Everyone needs it in the game, even though we got the Supra, we got the Urus, we got all these cars. One car people still beg for is in the game, though. And that's...
The main stage is where all the...
right back there on the far right. It's the Audi RS6 Avant. This thing is in Motorfest. Look, they had a list. Clearly, they had a list that was like, okay, these are the begged for cars. You can literally see the Charger Red Eye in that same image. They clearly had a list of begged for cars for the Crew 2 and went, okay, we'll get them to play the Crew 3 using these cars. So, the Audi RS6 Avant will be a car that's going to be added at some point during the game's lifetime. It's right behind the Audi there. Most of these cars are... Obviously, we got these trailers a while ago, and now we know which ones are confirmed to be day one, and these ones aren't. But because we got those trailers so long ago, it makes me think that surely these must be added very quickly, though, right? These can't be Season 2, Season 3 cars. They must be the first season, but That would mean they're adding not only the 2 cars per month, but also a bunch of extra ones. We'll have to see, I suppose. It'll be cool if we get regular car editions and the year 1 pass one. Or these will just be the year 1 pass for like for season 2, which is 3 months in. Then is another car people quite ask for. It's a pretty cool car. We already have the R35. We already have the R34, but what we don't have is that really low resolution one back there. That's... Okay, look, I always forget. I'm so sorry. I always forget. Is it the 2? Is it R32? Is it R33? It's one of those 2. But that thing right there is going to be in Motorfest. And this one's really weird because this one's rather obvious. It's right there in the trailer. It's the most obvious one it could be. The rest of them, I have to like put them in the corner with an image of what the actual car looks like so you can, you know, look at them back and forth. But no, this one is that. Like, there's no questioning it. It is that car. And the last one to be spotted in a trailer is that other Ferrari I was talking about. That one, now you're gonna have to look very closely at the bottom left here. There it is. That's the car. That is, again, technically, this one's weird, right? Hear me out. So there it is. I think there's no denying that's exactly what this car is. But what if I told you this thing was confirmed, but not by Motorfest? Instead confirmed by Red Bull. See, Red Bull is a staple of the Crew because they've, since the Crew 2, I suppose. They've been in the Crew 2, they've got the Red Bull RB cars, they're clearly the only one of the F1 teams that owns the license to their own cars rather than F1 owning them, which, good way of doing it. So we've got the Red Bull cars, we've got other Red Bull like the DKR Maxi, they put the Red Bull on the buggy and whatnot, but they did an article talking about the Crew Motorfest, talking about, hey, this game's pretty goddamn good, this game's pretty great, you should buy this game, basically. The Crew Motorfest, how it elevates the Forza Horizon model to new heights. So obviously, planes and stuff, I suppose. That's a good shot as well, by the way. That is a cool shot. But in this one right here, that makes the game look terrible, by the way. This isn't even photo mode, but that looks terrible. I don't know what they were thinking with this one. Why is it so blurry? What is it, 480p? Ivory Tower, all of that. But eventually, they talk about the cars that they have. We can confirm that our own branding perspective, that there's a host of Red Bull staples making it across the pipeline from the Crew 2. So the ones we already know about, RB13, 14, Disruption, DKR Maxi, like I said, the Quattro in Rallycross, the F-150 in Rally Raid, the motocross bikes, the Fiesta, I didn't even know that was Red Bull, the Fiesta Rallycross, and the Proto Buggy, which is of course that one's a Crew brand one. From Orlando content. Orlando is the code name for Motorfest, and we know about the Red Bull RB18. We know about the KTM RC18, this thing right here. But one on this list is the AF Course Ferrari 488 GT3 Evo 2020. Quite a long name. But that thing, if you search this, is this Ferrari right here. The Ferrari, it's clearly got the non-Red Bull livery options as well, but it is the exact same model that has this livery here. So it is confirmed, but it's not confirmed. In fact, this one I would say is the only one that's been confirmed by name, and I suppose... yeah, but then also, finally, one that again, they've confirmed, but this one's a bit weird because this is a car that we haven't seen in-game. So, let me explain. This is one of the ones that is confirmed, we know it's going to be in the game, but it's not been seen in-game. And that is...
While we're at it, I can't help but give you a sneak peek at what's coming in Season 2. We will be welcoming one of the most famous brands in car entertainment. Hoonigan and their special project vehicles.
So, vehicles, plural. It's gonna be a whole season based on Hoonigan. Most likely we'll get that thing right there. I hope we get one in Street and in Drift. Just saying. But this thing, the Hoonicorn, as well as a bunch of other Hoonigan cars,
Each visit.
we don't know what else there'll be, because that's all they say, is that, hey, it'll be Hoonigan, but we don't know anything else about it, which sucks. It sucks. There's also a different car in this trailer, but we could assume that that one's just a background car. Damn.
Exciting. Right.
Well, we'll just have to see how Hoonigan comes into Motorfest. But that was all the cars that you don't know about in Motorfest, but now you do know them because they didn't confirm it themselves. They didn't tell us about these cars. Those scum, they're hiding these cars from us. Mostly because these aren't going to be the ones added at launch, I suppose. But yes, these are all the cars. Thank you to popular members, especially thank you to famous members, and an insane thank you to star members, Danimal the Manimal, Grim Pepper, and Void. And an insane, top of the top, unparalleled thank you to Icon members, Bad at Games 02, Liam 2 Trip, and Extreme Speed. I'll see you boys in the next one in a bit.